Hello, everyone. Welcome back once again. I am Nicodemus Kane. Today is March the 16th of 2022. I have found a way to turn the volume up a little bit, so hopefully this is louder than usual. Hopefully it's not blasting out though, but there was a setting that I found that I could turn up the microphone a little bit. I have been noticing that I am going down below the yellow line on the mixer, and I can see it now. It seems to be back up to where it used to be. As long as I'm not getting into red, because that's all I need to do is blow your eardrums out and make everything louder than it should be. All right. Anyways, today we're going to be reading Psalm 119. This is TET. This is TET is the ninth letter of the alphabet, of the Hebrew alphabet. And wouldn't you know it, it's shaped like a snake. it's 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 drawn similar to a snake. This says it's drawn similar to a snake coiled in a basket. It would make sense that it's number nine. Because nine is representative of evil. It's the spiral. It's the number nine. Of course, in here it says it's a paradoxical letter that could mean good and evil. But I I have always seen number nine to represent evil. Um, I'm trying to think of an example right off the top of my head, and I can't because it's a little early and I didn't get to sleep until late. So you're gonna have to take my word for it for now. I know that's terrible. That's a terrible way to make videos. What are you doing? You're trying to get people to understand what you're talking about, and you're no. Six is the number of man. The inverse number, when you flip it, is a nine. It is that evil of man. And here it talks about it's like a hidden goodness. The form of the letters inverted, suggesting hidden goodness, like that of a woman who is pregnant with a child. I would think that the letter six would look like a woman that's pregnant with a child. I think whenever it's on top, it's an inversion. Nine is an inversion. It's an inversion of man. Man was made by God to be good. But man has been flipped. Man has been turned into something evil, into something not good on this world. So nine is the inversion of what God created. So therefore, nine, at least I have seen, it's more of an evil number. Talk about I've talked about the nine club when it comes to ages. Yeah, everybody talks about the 27 club, like it's like that's an actual thing. But then it's like when these celebrities and musicians get older, they die at ages that add up to nine. And that's why I said it's not a 27 club, it's a nine club. 7 plus 2 is 9. We had several of them recently that were either a 90 or a 99 or a 63 or any combination of them. And I know I've mentioned that before, where they add up. So it's not just one thing. It's a bigger thing that you have to look at. Um, you could talk about things like 9/11, things like the 329, the 239, the 923s, the constants that I see, the numbers. I'm trying to think of the numbers that I constantly see all the time. But it's that inversion. It's that inversion of the 6. The 999 that's everywhere now. Not just a price point, but it's you see it constantly. It's 9.99 everywhere. It's like for some reason everything decided to be exactly $10 for a while there. There's other examples too, and they're not coming to my head right now because, like I said, it's early, and I didn't. We had we have the grandbaby today because her mom is sick with the stomach virus. So she came to stay with us for the night. And I couldn't get to sleep. So, not because of her, but just because I couldn't get to sleep. Um, so I am a bit out of it this morning. I wish I could. I mean, I always could just go ahead and just save this for later, but I'm not going to. But it is there. It's that 9. It's interesting that it is shaped like a snake, and they say that it's either good or bad. Um, but I have always been able to associate it with bad or evil, especially when it comes to the gematria of it. Now, again, every number was created by God, and in His eyes, they are good. But at the same time, Satan and man has taken everything that God has made and flipped it and inverted it so that it is something different than it was. So you have to take that as you will. Um, there's a lot more to it than that. I can cover that later if I can remember it. You know how it is. But let's get into this. Let's get through this, and then we will talk some more about it. So it is said to represent time. The letter is said to represent time. If you ever wanted to talk about something that was more evil than anything else in the world, time is definitely one of them. We are unfortunately slaves to clocks now, which the clocks themselves are set up in a way that make a 666. I don't know if anybody's really put that together. Somebody showed that to me. Somebody showed that to me several years back, and I didn't really think about it. And then I saw it again just recently, and I said, "Oh, yeah, that's it. The 60 minutes, the 60 seconds, 60 seconds, 60 minutes, 24 hours. 666." Um, and I don't really know the true way that they used to separate time. I know in one of the books of the New Testament, um, Yeshua talks about there only being 12 days or 12 hours of the day. There's only 12 hours in the day. I don't know. Again, I don't know if that's how they, if it was 12 hours of sunlight or if it was 12 hours total in the day. I don't know. We can't be sure of anything anymore because they have made the ground rules and they have changed everything. to where we don't know whether we're coming or going. So we have to assume for now that, you know, this works and we have to be beholden to it. I was thinking the other day, because it was it wasn't because it was, no, it was 2020, and it came back around for some reason back in January. I don't remember why I was thinking about it, but leap years don't have to be there. It doesn't have to be every 4 years. I think it was the Mayan calendars. They had it to where you go like 40 years. I don't remember how long it was, something like that. And at the end of that run, you could do, it was like a week or something, where it just, it reset the calendar. I don't remember exactly how it worked. You can look that up to see how it worked. But I remember thinking at the time, how would you accurately predict that works, other than, knowing when the equinoxes and the solstices, other than making sure that those fall on the same day. How would you count that? Because apparently, every 4 years it automatically gets added to it. See, it's weird. It's a weird thing. I was trying to think of the concept of, maybe it's not a pure 24-hour day. Maybe it can be separated into different units of time, to where you don't have to, because I've had this argument with people before, where they've said, "Oh no, the calendar, the time is perfect because everything seems to work out this way and work out that way, and yada yada yada." And it's like, well, no, not necessarily, because every year is 365 and 1/4 of a day. And what you're doing is you're saying every year is 365 days, and this 1/4 doesn't exist. So the year before a leap year, you have 3/4 of a day where your solstices and your equinoxes don't line up exactly where they were. You're just saying, hey, it falls on this day. That's what you're doing. You're saying, oh, hey, it just falls on this day. And even though it's slightly off, and then you have that day after to reset the time. Well, then why don't we just figure out a time period that adds that in there, and it should reset the clock to where everything works perfectly? Why does it have to be a strict 24-hour day? Why can't it be something else to where it gets divided down into different things? Well, it's because this is just the way it works out, right? It's just very strange, though, because we have to count 60 seconds and we have to count 60 minutes. It just seems like a very arbitrary time period. It's the 60 seconds and 60 minutes. It just seems like it almost seems like a very made up number, is what it seems like. It doesn't have to be 60 seconds. It could be 100 seconds. It could be 100 minutes. It could be 50. It could be some number that doesn't seem weird. If we're supposed to be so mathematically based, why don't we have a clock system that helps us figure out time easier? But of course, again, our clocks are set up for evil people, from evil people, in order to, put us on an evil system. Everything we know is evil. So it's 60 minutes, 60 seconds, 24-hour days. 666. I'm crazy. I know. I'm insane and I'm crazy. And yeah, we can talk about the days of the calendar if you want to. These 12 months that no one month has the same amount of days, and yet interestingly enough, again, if you go back to a 13-month calendar with 28 days, it seems to work. Except for that extra day and a quarter. Which again, if you separate the hours of the day up differently, then you know it's got to be a way to do it. It's got to be a way to do it, and I'm sure there is, and I'm sure somebody out there has probably done it. But anyways, since we're talking about time and time being evil, because that's exactly what we were talking about. Um, but yes, this represents time, and it also represents good and evil. So there's a lot going on here. There's a lot going on here with the number nine. Um, Definitely a lot going on here with the number nine. Where did I see? I'm looking for the. I'm looking for where exactly it said that it represented time. I know I saw it. I know I saw it. It was in here somewhere. Now I'm not seeing it, and now I'm being made to look like a fool because I can't find the thing. Well, I'll tell you what. This is gonna be it's gonna be one of those things where it's like I saw it and then it disappeared, and it was probably never there to begin with, and I am a fool because I can't find it. Where was it at? I'm not kidding, guys. I'm serious. It okay. Either way, let's read the thing. Um, Again, it could represent good or evil, and until I can find it where it said that it represents time, then again, maybe it was just me because the symbol that they were using for the pictograph looks like time. I'm an idiot. Anyways, let's read this. TET. Warts and all, guys. Warts and all. It stays in. Warts and all. TET. Thou hast dealt well with thy servant, O Lord, according unto thy word. Teach me good judgment and knowledge, for I have believed thy commandments. Before I was afflicted, I went astray, but now have I kept thy word. Thou art good, and doest good. Teach me thy statutes. The proud have forged a lie against me, but I will keep thy precepts with my whole heart. Their heart is as fat as grease, but I delight in thy law. It is good for me that I have been afflicted, that I might learn thy statutes. The law of thy mouth is better unto me than thousands of gold and silver. The law of thy mouth is better unto me than thousands of gold and silver. Okay. Seriously, where was this thing about time? This is bugging me now. Letter TET is the ninth letter of the alphabet, having the numeric value 9. Looks like a snake clone resembling a snake. Where? I swear it was in here. Is my mind making stuff up? Am I going crazy? Am I going insane? I must be going insane because I can't find it now. I swear it was in here. I don't know why my brain associated this with time, other than the pictograph. The pictograph is a it's an X inside of a circle, which is a an hourglass. It's time. But there's nothing here that says that. How did my... Maybe there's something else going on here. I'm just saying. Maybe there's something else going on. Maybe God is putting something in my mind that's not supposed to be there. I don't know. I don't know why that's like that. That is very weird. Now I have to question my entire reality. Great. Let's start from the beginning. This is, I guess, the meaning of the letter is now more of an inversion of good, because everything I see keeps talking about inversion and evil. And they keep talking about how God makes everything good, and yet there's an inversion. So this letter, the number 9, TET, is an inversion of good. They see it's either good or bad, but they keep talking about inversions. So it's this duality. Why would I associate this with time other than the pictograph? That's the only reason. I am losing my mind. I swear I'm losing my mind. Let's go back through this though, because you heard it. You heard it inside of the verses where it was coming from darkness to light, coming from evil to good, coming from a place where the person writing it was at a bad place, and then coming back, he was inverted. He was against God, but he was coming back into it. Starting from the top. Thou hast dealt well with thy servant, O Lord, according unto thy word. Teach me good judgment and knowledge, for I have believed thy commandments. Teach me good. Before I was afflicted, I went astray, but now have I kept thy word. I was evil, but now I am coming back. Thou art good and doest good. Teach me thy statutes. See, there's that. It's that part where it's saying, it could be good and evil, and there is a process of inversion going on. Anything that can be inverted from good to evil can be inverted back to from evil to good, reverted, as it were. The proud have forged a lie against me, but I will keep thy precepts with my whole heart. The proud have forged a lie against me. Those people in the world that want nothing more than to see me hurt, maimed, and destroyed, that are so proud of themselves, proud of everything they do, proud of their lives, proud of existing within this world. The prideful are against me. They have forged a lie against me. very similar to how it is now. There's those that run the world that are so proud of everything that they have, that teach you to be proud. They have forged so many lies against you to where we don't know whether we're coming or going. Again, today, I don't know whether I'm coming or going. Their heart is as fat as grease, but I delight in thy law. And that makes me wonder if that is exactly what that says. Their heart is as fat as grease. So, no, not that one. Hold on. Give me a second. I'm looking this up. What is that? Heart factor is 70. Their heart is as fat as grease. Fat. The fat of beasts. Choicest, best part, abundance. So it is just the fat. So it is grease. It's probably just the boiled fat of animals, which is all grease is, really. It's just boiled fat. Their heart is as fat as grease, but I delight in thy law. It is good for me that I have been afflicted, that I might learn thy statutes. It is good for me that I have known evil, that I have had evil set down upon me, so that I can learn your statutes, I can learn your word better. The law of thy mouth is better unto me than thousands of gold and silver. I'm going to read that one again. It is good for me that I have been afflicted, that I might learn thy statutes. Because I have heard people say that sometimes it's not good that we have gone through the things that we have gone through. That some people cannot be changed. Some people cannot be turned back to good. That you can have absorbed so much evil in your life that there is nothing that God can do for you. I have heard that. I have heard that in my life personally. That I have gone beyond repentance. That I have sinned so much in my life that I don't think I can be pulled back. Of course, those are false teachers. You hear that, if you even remotely understand how the Bible works, how God works, that's an extremely false teaching. But I have heard it firsthand. And it is just not true. You can ask God for forgiveness at any time. It is up to Him whether He judges you worthy or not. It is not up to anybody else. Nobody can come to you and say, you have sinned too much, you can't ever be saved. Don't ever let anybody tell you that. You can... I don't want to say you can have done the most cruel, vicious, and terrible things in the world and God will just immediately wipe everything away. I don't want to say that. At the same time, I don't want to say it's not like that. I definitely want to say that God is willing to forgive. But I know that the Bible talks about very specific things. That if you do this, then you were lost forever. So that's something you have to kind of find on your own and understand on your own. But I have heard people say straight out, especially like I said to me personally, you're too far gone. So there's no amount of praying, there's no amount of whatever for you to be able to come to this place where we are and be a part of this religion, this culture, this understanding that you cannot be saved. And I don't know if there's going to be anybody that's listening to this or not that's so far gone that they can't be like that. But I'm going to tell you this much right now. Don't ever let anybody tell you that. If you think you cannot be saved, you have to ask the Father. Because He will tell you that anybody can be saved. They just have to come back to Him. But it is good that I have been afflicted. That doesn't mean you need to go out and do evil things and then say, man, it was good that I did that because that lets me understand how much better this is. No, it was good that I have the understanding of how bad I was, that now I can move forward and know that I'm not going back there anymore. That I know that what I'm doing now, following God, following what He wants me to do, is better than what I was. It's the same way of saying that I went through my life, and everything I did in my life, I did it for a reason to get to this point. I made the choices I made. I did the right things and I did the wrong things. But it still got me to this point. And it was a good thing that I went through all that and I did all that and I got to this point, because I had to hit my lowest of lows to understand how bad that is. I had to do the worst evil that I have done to understand how bad I have been, so that I can turn my life around and say, I will never be like that. I had to have that. It was good for me to go through that, so that now I will not have to go back through that. I think that's something that God does for us. He will show you the worst in order to give you the best and show you how much better you can be. If that makes any sense. Then again, you're talking to the guy that went through the whole time thing and found out that it was just his mind making it up. Just call it a Mandela effect and get it over with. All right, let me go back to this. Unbelievable. Where did I see that though? There's a couple different places inside of this where it says time, and I guess my mind just put it together. I don't know. That's so weird. Well, let's take a look at it anyways. Make sure that we're still doing good. So TET, the ninth letter of the Hebrew alphabet, is called TET. This says rhymes with mate, as in Tate. It's TET. That's what the guy said. So, anyways, gematria, it's letter 9. The pictograph, like I said, is an X with a circle around it, and that is time. That's an hourglass. That's And I don't remember exactly where I saw that, where I know that that's the representative of time. I cannot remember where it is. It is also it's the infinity. So this is more of an 8 than it is a 9. But it's that time. It's what it is. And I put it together. I don't know why. But then when they talk about the snake, the head of the snake, and then the tail of the snake is what it said. The letter TET is the ninth letter of the alphabet, having the numerical value of 9. The pictograph for TET looks like a snake coiled inside a basket, whereas the classic Hebrew script is constructed of two preceding letters, Vav and Zayin, also connected and somewhat resembling a snake. So Vav being man, which is the one without the crown, and Zayin, which is the man with the crown, which is Christ, the one who comes with the sword of the Spirit, sword of truth. Mystery of TET. TET is a paradoxical letter in that it reveals both good and evil. The form of the letter is inverted, suggesting hidden goodness, like that of a woman who is pregnant with child. Now, see that? I don't see it, but okay. However, sometimes the potential for goodness is perverted, or an impurity or filth results. So, if we talk about the letter before, which was, was a het and tet. If you talk about that one, where it was a Zayin and a Vav, and remember it was connected on the top. That was the connection between Christ and man. This is an inversion of that, where it's connected on the bottom, and it is an evil. You are not connected through heaven, you are connected through earth, the middle realm. I don't want to say hell, because you get into hell and Sheol and all that stuff, and it's a completely different monster. TET is the least frequently occurring letter in the scriptures. Well, it's not the one you want to hear. The letter first appears in Genesis 1:4. God saw the light, that it was good, and God divided the light from the darkness. But note even here that there is a sort of paradox. God saw that the light was good, but God separated the light from the darkness, thereby making a distinction. He saw that the light was good, but he separated the light from the darkness. There was a darkness that he had to pull the light away from. And see, there's a paradox there. It's what they're saying. The mystery of evil. God is the source of all good in the universe. Thanks to the Lord. Yet even though God is categorically good, since he is the ultimate reality and creator of all, he is the one who ultimately controls the affairs of humankind, both good and calamitous. They go through this. How the Lord uses evil in the universe for his own good purposes is a mystery. But we are assured that all that God created was good, and that his steadfast love endures forever. I have heard this so many times. Why would God allow evil in the universe, in the world, in his universe, if he is so good? Well, I know I've talked about this before, where if he went out and punished evil every single time somebody did something wrong, he would be no better than Satan. He would not be true to his word. He would be an overbearing somebody said it perfectly, and I cannot remember exactly how they said it, but it was along the lines of he would wind up being an overbearing dictator that does not love his creation. He would be making the choices for you instead of giving you the ability to be able to make the choices for yourself. Now, I know that doesn't cover, why do little kids get cancer and all that kind of stuff. I know it doesn't cover that. To that kind of stuff, I say, well, what if they're living a better life? It has only been recently that I've started saying that, or started understanding, I should say. God takes people away from this world through death or whatever. Not just because he's mean and cruel and evil and he wants people to suffer. He takes them away from this world and gives them something better. I don't think that the people that suffer in this world, I definitely don't think children that suffer in this world are suffering in the next world. I definitely don't think that at all. I think that when he takes people from this place that are in that kind of condition, because this world has fallen apart so much that we have things like cancer and diseases and things that affect us so bad that he takes us away from that to a better place where there is no disease, no pain, no suffering. That we suffer here in this world because this world has fallen, because this is not the world you want to be in. You have pain every day. You have suffering every day. This world hurts because this world was not where we were meant to be. But for whatever reason, we are here. And while we are here, we can learn what he is going to do with us in the next world. Like it's a preparation. Like it is some preparation for something that he has for us. Why do we have to go through this preparation? I would say to make sure that we're not evil. I don't know. I really don't know. That's one of those concepts that I have yet to really find in the Bible. I find it more with people that just speculate what's going on. I really can't tell you why things go the way they go here. But I don't see God being that cruel and evil just for the sake of being that cruel and evil and then promising us that there's something better on the other side. That is the least sense-making thing that you can have. So I don't believe that. I don't believe that we are put here to suffer and that, God is just having a good old time watching us suffer. No, we suffer because this world is fallen. None of us are truly healthy. I had to take a drink of water. None of us are truly healthy. and that the things of this world have just continued to make us sick. That evil people exist in the world and they do very evil things to good people. That good people lose everything because evil people exist. And God does not automatically change that, because he does not want to be the one that says, all right, that's it. I'm going to change this. I'm going to do this. I'm going to, make all of this happen because you guys are, just being jerks. Because he doesn't want to be that kind of God. He doesn't want to do that. Satan does that. Satan makes arbitrary rules that he puts upon people just to get his way. God doesn't want that. God wants you to make up your own mind, to do it for yourself. He doesn't want followers. He wants people that are going to be able to want to come with him, not just those that are forced to come with him. There you go. That's a better way. Not just those that are forced to want to come with him. He wants you to come with him. And he gives you that choice over and over again. I think that is the difference. That is the reason why some things are the way that they are. And again, a lot of it, whenever people talk about this stuff, it's like, you got to think about the world you're living in. This world is not, it's not a perfect world where we can thrive. This is a place that was made to hurt and maim. It really is. This world where we live now, this system that we're in, is made for us to constantly be sick, constantly be falling apart, and constantly be shoved down. This system. And just like I was talking about yesterday with the original people that fled here away from this system that was over on the other side of the world, they were trying to create a better system. They were trying to create a system that was more in tune with what God wants for us. God tells us how to create a better system. It's the Torah. It's the laws. That's the better system that he says. You follow this, you'll be okay. If you don't follow this and follow the laws of man and follow the laws of evil, things are going to fall apart. And now we live in this world where not even the food is good. The food is bad. The medicine is bad. The air is bad. The water is terrible. Nothing in this world is good because we have allowed evil people, greedy evil people, to run wild all over everything. And there is nothing that is good and healthy for us anymore. We are trapped inside of these electric Faraday cages called buildings, eating terrible processed food, drinking water that has chemicals in it that dumb us down. If you're not drinking worse, that is. Minimal amounts of sunshine, because sunshine is the best thing you can ever have. They're literally saying they are blocking out the sun now so that we cannot have the sunshine. And then, you're force fed all the lies in the world to make you think that you are the most pathetic piece of scum ever. That's not healthy. That's not healthy. No wonder people suffer and die. It's because this world makes it like that. God offers healing every day. He pulls you out of it. The whole process, of believing is the pulling you out of it. I hate sounding like I'm bragging, but since I've come to the Father, I've started living life healthier, just better, just not being so worried about everything, not being overly cautious about everything, or I don't know exactly how I wanted to put that. I've definitely eaten better. I've definitely tried to get my life back in track. Yes, I still admit the lockdowns took a lot away from that. The lockdowns did a lot of bad things to a lot of to a lot of people. Just a lot of bad things to a lot of people, not bad people. They caused a lot of people to slip and fall, and I admit I was right there with them. But I was taking better care of myself. I was not falling into the nightmare scenarios of this world where you take everything that this world throws at you. The more nonsense that you put in your body that can kill you from this world, the more you're going to get sick and you're going to suffer and you're going to die. So it's not just God doing that. It's this world. And again, he gives us the ability to be able to move out of that. And he hopes that everyone will come along with it. And if we don't, then we don't. I mean, it just is what it is. But that's what he wants. That's why he doesn't interfere as much as some people think that he should. Some people think that he should be interfering with every part of our body. And it's like, no, you don't have to. You don't have to go through all that, God gives you better ways. Anyways, man, I'm right on time. Holy crap. Gematria of TET. Letter TET has the value of 9. Some Hebrew words that have a value include, which means brother, garment. Okay. Even a reduced form of gematria. TET represents two possibilities of man. We're going to go through this quick. The parts of TET, Vav and Zayin, are the same as for the parts of Het, but the difference appears in the Vav, or that aspect of the letter that represents man. As we will see below, the letter Tet can picture either the man that is in rebellion before the Lord, or the man that is surrendered to him. When it is evil, it is the serpent that is the tail and head. When it is good, it is the man bowing down to Christ, the crowned man with the sword of the Spirit. So it goes either way. And when a man is bowed down, on the other hand, if his soul refuses to bow down and instead rebels, the inner life will take on characteristics of the serpent. Satan. If that man chooses to live for himself, relying on his own inner sense of autonomy, he will share the fate of Satan and eat the dust or the stuff of the flesh. What? And there's more to it than that. There's other stuff too. But I don't have time for that. We talked about a lot of other stuff besides what we were supposed to talk about. And now, unfortunately, it's time for me to go to work. Because work. Yay. So I will leave it at that. Again, time. Where did that come from? What part of that website made me think that that had anything to do with time other than the pictograph? I don't know. I don't know. I admit that I am wrong on that one. I don't know why my brain put that together, but it did. That's so weird. That's so weird. I don't know what to say about that. I really don't. It's crazy. I gotta go though, guys. Thank you very much for coming around and listen to me get it wrong. I am not perfect. I am not perfect. I definitely have shown what I used to call showing your ass. I have definitely shown my ass today. And screwed that one all up, man. All right. I will talk to you all tomorrow. Unless I screw that up too. You never know. Is it a Tuesday or a Wednesday? I think it's Wednesday. Is it Wednesday? It is Wednesday. Wow. Yeah, I don't even know what day it is anymore. So, anyways, I went through that whole ramble about the time, the 60 minutes, 60 seconds, and none of it had to do with anything we were talking about. That's crazy. All right, I just yawned. That tells you how tired I am. Hopefully, I'm not going to fall asleep while I'm working. Hopefully. All right, God bless you all. Take care of yourselves. Watch out for the other guy. Watch out for other people. And if I can't get it right, then go ask the Father. He, if anybody, should be able to give you the right concepts. If I can't, he should. All right, you guys take care of yourselves.